This is KVUE News Daybreak.
I remember those days. You remember? Bathrooms, white, colored.
The debate over bathrooms in Texas, the emotional and passionate debate over transgender children in school, and what was decided late last night.
Expect to see more officers on the road this week, why they'll be paying extra attention to drivers with the new enforcement kicking off today.
And President Donald Trump on his first foreign trip since taking office, the important people he's meeting with in the Middle East and Europe, and what he's hoping this trip will do. Good Monday morning to you, and thank you for joining us for KVUE News Daybreak at 6 a.m. I'm Brian May.
I'm Terry Gruca. Yvonne had a long, fun weekend. She's not sick, just recovering from maybe having a little bit too much fun, and you're going to get to see that hopefully later in this newscast, right?
You do not want to miss this morning. She was at, let's just say she was at a concert last night in full throat. She was ready to enjoy the evening.
It is a side of Yvonne that you will appreciate.
Absolutely.
And you can rip her for a long time.
Absolute. That's the best part. Erica's already seen the video. She liked it already. Will we like the weather this morning, Erica?
That's right. I can't wait to see what Yvonne's going to say because she has no idea that this is going to be on air, so you're going to want to hang around for that. But also hang around for the forecast because we're talking rain showers that are likely out there. Temperatures in the 60s, so it's kind of cooler out there, but take a look at what we're seeing right now. The heaviest of rain just south of our viewing area, but still decent rain for our north and eastern counties, and also some showers developing Hays County, Austin. We're seeing some moderate rainfall now, especially pushing into downtown Austin. South of downtown has been busy for the last 20 minutes or so, possibly a rumble of thunder. Don't be surprised on that. But again, keep in mind your morning commute is going to be a little bit on the messier side. Here's a look at the north and eastern counties. Milam County has been ongoing with on and off storms redeveloping in the area. Moderate to heavy rainfall has been seen pretty much the last couple of hours since daybreak started, as a matter of fact. Temperatures in the 60s this morning, calling it 70% chance of some showers, possibly affecting your morning commute, so make sure to keep that in mind. We're putting the yellow light for your morning rush hour. Afternoon rush hour looking better. Still a 40% chance of a scattered shower. Not going to be as busy as this morning, though. Highs in the upper 70s. And again, keep in mind, showers and storms could be stronger at times as you're heading out the door. Ana V. Reyes has the latest on traffic. How's the weather affecting any commuters this morning?
Well, you can start seeing some red lights out there, a lot of stop-and-go traffic if you're traveling in from Buda and Kyle, especially as those storms are approaching those areas and moving up towards the downtown area, I-35 and 51st Street. You can see raindrops there on our TxDOT camera, 71 at FM 973 as well, though it's black and white. You can still see some slick roads out there, pretty dangerous if you're driving at a higher speed, so just slow it down, pack some extra patience this morning. There is an incident here that I want to let you know about. This is at William Cannon Drive, Mopac southbound. There's a liquid spill there, so if you're traveling southbound on Mopac this morning, watch out for that, guys.
Thanks so much. Thanks, Anavid. Texas is one step closer to a so-called bathroom bill that would require people to use the bathroom that aligns with the sex on their birth certificate. But the new version the Texas House approved last night would only affect public schools. KVUE's Christy Millward is live at the Capitol. Christy, this is kind of a compromise between the House and the Senate.
Terry, last week, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick said he would force a special session if the House didn't pass a so-called bathroom bill. So last night, they tacked this version on as an amendment to a Senate school safety bill that otherwise deals with emergency plans for things like natural disasters. Now, proponents of the change say this version will not have as much backlash because they say it won't affect the state's economy. Several organizations like the NFL and NBA have expressed concerns about statewide bathroom restrictions. Under the bill, transgender students at public schools would not be permitted to use the bathroom of their choice, but could use a separate single occupancy restroom if available. While some say this is about child safety, others believe it's just discrimination. Many think this amendment was part of the Patrick ultimatum, saying it's a proposal more limited than Patrick wanted, but something House Republicans could support.
And I'm willing to stay as long and until the place where Satan lives freezes over, until we get that protection for our kids in our schools.
You know, it's not exactly the bills that Dan Patrick and some other conservatives wanted, but it's close to their bills, and it looked for a while there like they wouldn't get any votes at all. So, you know, sometimes you have to move an inch at a time instead of a foot at a time, but this is certainly movement in their direction.
The House should give the bill a final approval today. Then it will go back to the Senate for a vote before it would go on to the governor. Now, also early this morning, the Senate attached an education savings account plan or voucher plan to a school finance bill, that already cleared the House. Now, this amendment would offer taxpayer money to some special education students to use to attend private school. Many don't anticipate the changes to pass the House, but they do worry this could sacrifice the entire school finance bill. Live at the Capitol, Christy Millward, KVUE News.
Christy, thank you very much. Live pictures here from Tel Aviv, Israel this morning. President Donald Trump landed in Israel earlier, the second stop in his 9-day trip overseas. During the 5-nation journey, he'll meet with some of the most important figures in the Middle East and Europe. ABC's Elizabeth Hur explains what's on today's agenda for President Donald Trump.
President Trump's first foreign trip since taking office, forging ahead with a packed agenda in Israel. First, meeting with the Israeli president this morning, then visiting the Western Wall before ending the day with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Mr. President, we look forward to your visit. The citizens of Israel will receive you with open arms.
The warm welcome coming on the heels of a whirlwind weekend in Saudi Arabia for President Trump.
A better future is only possible if your nations drive out the terrorists and drive out the extremists.
Wrapping up his 2-day visit there with a speech that included a message of unity and a challenge for the Muslim nations to take the lead in the fight against terrorism.
Drive them out of your communities. Drive them out of your holy land. And drive them out of this earth.
But his message as president, notably missing a key phrase he deemed crucial as a candidate during his campaign.
Radical Islamic terrorism.
President Trump also never once mentioned human rights in his speech, which, according to aides, were addressed behind the scenes. But publicly, his message was clear.
We are not here to lecture. We are not here to tell other people how to live.
And today we learned the direct flight from Saudi Arabia to Israel marks the first by a U.S. president because the two nations do not have diplomatic relations. Elizabeth Hur, ABC News, Washington.
In case you missed it, this was one of the most talked about things this weekend. Several Notre Dame dozen students walked out on a speech by Vice President Mike Pence. It was met with mixed reaction. Some booed, others cheered when they began walking out. Pence was invited to speak after students signed a petition against having President Trump speak at the ceremony.
Happening today, officers will begin handing out tickets to drivers who aren't buckled up behind the wheel. It's part of their click it or ticket enforcement for Central Texas. Police preparing for Memorial Day weekend when lots of people are expected to be traveling. Officers will also ticket passengers who aren't wearing their seatbelt. Parents who don't have kids in the correct booster seat get tickets too. Drivers who don't click it will face up to $200 in fines, up to $250 for kids who aren't properly buckled in. The enforcement expected to end on June the 4th.
A state appeals court is saying cans are okay for river tubers in New Braunfels. That city's 2011 law banned the use of cans and other disposable food containers on the Comal and Guadalupe rivers. The ban has been buoyed by local businesses and voters who say the measure helps to combat littering. The city has appealed the case, meaning it could head to the state Supreme Court.
6:08 now. Astronauts on board the International Space Station preparing for an emergency spacewalk today. Video from a spacewalk earlier this month. Over the weekend, a computer aboard the orbiting outpost failed. None of the astronauts are in any danger this morning, but tomorrow 2 of them will venture outside the space station to try and repair that device. Time now to get a check of our forecast. The rain not done yet, America.
That's right. Still a couple more days of rain shower activity this morning and right now downtown Austin. You have a pretty decent cell now over you. Live look outside downtown. It's pouring out there. That's because we're monitoring some storms developing. Specifically south of Austin has been quite busy in South Travis County and our north and eastern counties. Temps on the cooler side and dew points not too bad. Here's a look at radar in the past couple of hours as these storms have redeveloped, and now one cell remains centered over downtown Austin. That's moving slowly to the north and the east. So areas north of downtown, you're going to be in for some moderate to possibly heavy rainfall at times for your morning commute. Also, somewhere that's been busy, I-35 from Kyle to downtown has been on the busy side. Keep that in mind. Also, the northeastern counties, that includes Milam County, also Lee County, have been quite busy also with some lightning associated there. So the good news, these showers this morning not expected to be severe. It's just going to be dark, dreary. Expect heavy rainfall at times. Rain shower activities continue for the next 48 hours. Then we're tracking sunshine and a pretty decent end to our work week. I'll break down hour by hour what we can expect in the full forecast. Guys, back to you.
Stay at the top like I'm stuck. That's just how I'm giving it up. She wanna get married tonight, but I can't take a knee 'cause I'm wearing all white.
Oh, the big winner last night, the Billboard Music Awards right here on KVUE, was Drake. Took home more than a dozen awards, put on this crazy performance in front of the Bellagio Hotel. The show aired, of course, right here on KVUE last night.
The dancing happened right here on the morning show.
That's right, exactly.
You know, you can't mention the Billboard Music Awards, though, without mentioning Cher. Take a look at her.
Wow.
71 years young. Put on a show-stopping performance last night in Las Vegas. She's been in the music industry 53 years and performed 2 songs, If I Could Turn Back Time, and her classic hit, Believe. And that had the room rocking.
We all want to save money, so we are going to class.
Sorry, that's not her.
That's not Cher. That's my big
I thought maybe you were going to break out in some Cher music.
What was Cher wearing there? I don't know that that's approved for our morning audience.
You know what? It wouldn't be Cher if she wasn't showing some skin, right?
Good point.
Hey, Celine Dion also was honored for the 20th anniversary of the movie Titanic. Can you believe 20 years?
I'm getting old.
And her song, My Heart Will Go On. She's always just an amazing performer on the stage.
Absolutely. She sings like no other.
And we felt old looking at some of the winners because we didn't recognize, like the Drake music.
Didn't get it, but I know Cher. I recognized her. Yep.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
Hopefully you'll break out in tune at some point.
I don't think I'm going to wear the outfit, though.
That
would be gross. The pool is the hot spot for kids just about every summer, but there's a new warning doctors want you to hear.
I'm going to tell you about a parasite that could float in the water and why officials say it's so tough to kill. Plus,
it is entirely possible to get carried away. People go nuts.
Oh, yes, they do. Kicking off a new series on Daybreak, Is It Worth It? Today we're talking about couponing, the tips to help you save money and why it is so addictive. Stay with us. Welcome back to Daybreak. This week we're taking a look at services that you might have seen offered to see if they're really worth it. Today, some people swear by it, talking about couponing. They commit the time to clip the coupons and try to save lots of money. So we decided to try it out, see if it's worth it. We all want to save money, so we are going to class to find out how we can use coupons without it feeling like a job. Her name is Kristen Holt Duncan. Online, she's Coupon Kristen.
Sometimes known as, what are you doing up there and why should I listen to you?
Saving money is her passion. So is her coupon class. That's why we're taking notes.
Everywhere I go, I pick up coupons.
Nowadays, most of Kristen's coupons are digital. She recommends downloading the app for every store you might visit. Plus 2 other apps, Flip and Favado, to help you compare weekly deals, something Kristen warns can become addicting.
It is entirely possible to get carried away. People go nuts. There is no reason you need 100 boxes of toothpaste.
So for great coupons on stuff you need, Kristen suggests signing up for HEB emails and pay a visit to Kroger for its Loss Leader, that one product priced under market value to get you in the door.
All right, well, the rain is falling. Live look downtown. It's a busy one as you're heading out the door to start your work week. We're talking temperatures on the cool side also, but still rain shower activities headed our way and going to continue for much of the viewing area. 63 right now for ABIA Camp Avery, 63 degrees also. Dew points at least are a little bit on the drier side. Here's what we're seeing in terms of the viewing area. Temperatures under 60 degrees for even some, but the heaviest amount of rain remains south of our viewing area. Notice the moderate to heavy rainfall across the north and eastern counties. Downtown Austin, these are the storms that have redeveloped in just the last hour or two. And one cell in particular continues to push north of downtown Austin. So that's why we're seeing some moderate rainfall right now for your morning commute between Mopac and also I-35. It's busy. You know, that's just going to add more issues to your rush hour commute. So head out the door early this morning, especially if you're traveling possibly from Kyle to Buda. We're seeing some moderate rainfall right now, pockets of moderate to heavy rainfall. Keep that in mind. Again, give yourself extra time before you head out the door. This morning, the north and eastern counties have been busy all night long, as a matter of fact, redeveloping some stronger storms that have actually produced some lightning. The good news is that the majority of these storms are not severe. We're talking just moderate to light rainfall, and again, not expecting severe storms all day long, but we are seeing some cooler temperatures, about 10 degrees cooler, Burnett, this morning than yesterday morning. That cool down for the majority of our viewing area. It feels quite comfortable, as a matter of fact, as you're out there. It's not hot, it's not muggy, but again, the showers, maybe if you're not a fan of them, may affect your morning. So expecting those rain shower activities to continue for mainly the first half of our day. Second half of the day, mostly cloudy, but we still have a 20 to 40% chance of possibly some scattered showers this afternoon. The busiest time will be this morning. This model, it looks a little bit drastic. It's not going to be this drastic this morning, but we do have pockets of those widely scattered showers and thunderstorms that will be possible this afternoon. Notice we mainly clear out into the afternoon, but still calling it a 20 to 40% chance. Rain chances continue for Tuesday, and you're waiting around for the sun. Well, it's not going to arrive until about Wednesday. That's when things are going to clear out, and we'll have a pretty cool and comfortable north dry air mass in place by Wednesday. So I think the heaviest amount of rain will be for our southern counties and just south of us, but we still could amount in the next 48 hours or so. Austin, around 1 inch of rain. This is beneficial rain because we're still lacking some for this time of the year across the viewing area, about 1.5 inches or so. We're in deficit of that rainfall. Mold expected to be in the medium category. Check out your latest counts every single day in the Statesman. In terms of your allergy forecast, here's how the next 7 days are going to play out. Let's just get through the next 48 hours. Sun arrives by Wednesday, picture perfect day Wednesday, and the sun continues through Friday. Anavid has the latest on traffic. Are any accidents popping up out there this morning?
Yes, just a couple. The main one here is by Sunset Valley. This is a 3-vehicle crash reported. APD did confirm no injuries were reported as a result of this crash, but 2 lanes traveling northbound Mopac are blocked off as APD is on the scene trying to do their investigation. And now, again, this is between William Cannon Drive and 290. So if you're traveling on Mopac northbound, just watch out for this accident. This is a look at live outside I-35 at 51st Street, 71 at FM 973. You can see that the roads are slick, so drive with caution and make sure those headlights are on. Guys, back to you.
Anavid, thanks a lot. You know, Facebook makes it really easy to stay connected with your friends.
And now the social media site is making it easier to order food from your favorite restaurants.
ABC's Diane Macedo and Candace Gibson explain how it works.
In today's Tech Bites, yet another reason not to leave your house if you love Facebook.
Its order food function is up and running. Users will be able to have items delivered without even switching to another website or app.
A luxury car dealer in Singapore claims he has the world's largest vending machine.
The 15-story building has 60 slots which hold Bentleys, Ferraris, and Lamborghinis. You use an app to choose the car you want, and it brings it to you.
Not bad. And the Billboard Music Awards trended all night on social media, of course, and the most Googled moment was this performance by Cher.
The question, how old is Cher, also topped Google searches. For the record, she's 71, even though hard to believe.
Yeah, she just turned 71 over the weekend. She says the key is a 5-minute plank.
5 minutes.
I can't do 5 seconds of planking.
Those are your Tech Bites.
Like, really.
Well, it's a busy start to your school bell forecast this Monday. We're talking scattered showers and some of them heavy at times. Downtown Austin, you're seeing a good amount of downpours this morning. We're calling it 70% chance for those showers. Temperatures slightly on the cooler side also. You'll notice it'll be a little bit more comfortable. It won't be that warm, muggy air mass out there. And we'll decrease the rain shower chances this afternoon till about a 20% chance of an isolated shower, and temps will remain in the 70s. Keep in mind, UV index will be moderate thanks to all the clouds out there. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Erica. Final couple of weeks for school for a lot of kids, and there are some parasites that you need to be aware of before taking a dip in the pool this summer. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention warning families about a parasite that may be lurking in the water. It's called crypto, and unlike most bacteria that can be wiped out with chlorine, crypto is tough to kill. It spreads through human feces, and it can make you really sick if you contract it.
You like to think people use common sense and don't do this, but they'll either go swimming shortly after a bout of diarrhea. They'll let their kids go swimming after a bout of diarrhea.
The CDC says there are things you can do to prevent spreading these germs. Of course, don't let your kids swim if they're sick. Don't let them swallow pool water. Rinse them off in the shower before they go swimming, and make sure to take them for bathroom breaks often. A pug is up on all fours again this morning thanks to an Austin middle schooler. How technology is helping her walk again. And crooks at the gas station, several local examples of why you need to look before you swipe your credit card at the gas pump. Plus, startling video of a young girl jerked into the water by a sea lion. Coming up, what experts say led to this.
This is KVUE News Daybreak.
How about that? If you're wondering where Yvonne was this morning, well, she's sleeping in today because she was at the concert last night.
Yeah, that's video of her and Tina Shively rocking it out at Boyz II Men, New Kids on the Block, and Paula Abdul. Can you tell they had a good time?
I think they had a fun night. And look at the crowd. New Kids on the Block, that's old school, right?
Oh, my gosh. Seriously?
I think Tina's had that jacket. Yeah, she had that since like 89,
wow.
I think. Yeah, she was only 2, I think, when she
Look at those smiles. Takes you back, doesn't it?
Oh, my gosh, what a night.
I kind of missed the New Kids on the Block craze.
That wasn't in your wheelhouse?
No, I did like Boyz II Men.
Boyz II Men is fantastic. Paula Abdul, too, right?
Yeah, she can
What was the cat's name she had the video with? The Snap Cat or the Scat Cat, maybe? I can't remember. Anyway.
We'll have to pull that up and let Brian do a little dancing for
Erica and Anna Vita are like, what are y'all talking about? What was that? Like the 80s?
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, I wasn't around at that time. Just saying. me and Anna Vita will wait for Backstreet Boys and NSYNC.
Yeah,
there you
go. Well, hey, this is a look at your sky cam out there. Lots of gloomy conditions. We're talking rain shower activities. One cell just actually north of downtown now. About 20 minutes ago, it was pouring some heavy rain across the downtown metro area. 63 right now for ABIA Camp Mabry. You're in the lower 60s also. And Dew Point's quite comfortable. At least it's not a really warm, muggy air mass pushing through. There's that cell that I mentioned. Now, north of downtown, making its way closer to North Austin, also Pflugerville. You're having some moderate to heavy rainfall right now. I-35 has been busy. These storms are also pushing to the north and the east. From Kyle, you've been on the soggier side now. Buda, just to the west of you guys is where the heaviest rain is, so consider yourselves lucky right now. Buda, 70% chance of showers as you're heading out the door. This is your rush hour forecast. Give yourself extra time. Expect scattered showers, possibly heavy at times. This afternoon, that percentage will lessen to 40% chance, and temperatures should stay under 80 degrees. Temperature-wise, it's not going to be bad today. Anna Vita Reyes has the latest on traffic this morning. It's quite busy with all the rain.
Oh, absolutely. Mopac especially. Mopac northbound, there are 2 accidents I will talk about this morning. The first one here is Mopac northbound between William Cannon and 290. This is a 3-vehicle crash. Expect APD to be on the scene doing their investigation. 2 lanes Mopac northbound are blocked at this time. The one right above it, this is Mopac northbound at 71. So if you're traveling in from Buda, make sure if you take Mopac, expect these 2 incidents that will slow you down this morning. Mopac southbound 45 to downtown, a 15-minute commute, 4 minutes 2222 to Cesar Chavez. Guys, back to you.
Hannity, thank you very much. President Donald Trump arrived in Israel earlier this morning for the third day of his first overseas trip as president. In Israel, the president will hold talks with both Israeli and Palestinian leaders during the course of his two-day visit there. Yesterday, the president delivered a speech in Saudi Arabia, rallying leaders from 50 Muslim countries to form a united front against terror. White House officials say the goal of this visit to reset relations with key allies in the region.
This is not a battle between different faiths, different sects, or different civilizations. This is a battle between barbaric criminals who seek to obliterate human life and decent people, all in the name of religion. This is a battle between good and evil.
Now, the first overseas speech for President Donald Trump, very well received. From Israel, Trump will head to the Vatican, where he'll meet with Pope Francis.
Former FBI Director James Comey has agreed to testify in a public hearing before the U.S. Senate Intelligence Committee after Memorial Day. Comey has not spoken publicly since President Donald Trump abruptly fired him less than 2 weeks ago. Now, as he prepares to testify publicly, there's a new glimpse inside that meeting between the president and the Russian foreign minister. That controversial meeting took place one day after James Comey was fired. In 9 days, the nation's top military leaders must report how they plan to begin accepting transgender troops. That's according to a memo obtained by USA Today. It was sent to the Pentagon, to all the secretaries and chiefs of the armed services. Last year, the Pentagon repealed its ban on transgender troops, allowing them to serve openly. That ban will be lifted July 1st.
Big cuts could be coming to food stamps and Medicaid, part of President Donald Trump's 2018 budget. Tomorrow, we'll get a first look at what's in it. But today, we do know it includes cutting $193 billion from food stamps over the next decade. That's a cut of more than 25%. It also includes paid leave for parents after the birth or adoption of a child, a $200 billion infrastructure plan, and up to $1 trillion in construction projects.
If you're filling up your gas tank, be sure to check your credit card scanner at the pump. The Texas Department of Agriculture issued an alert about illegal credit card skimmers. This after Austin police removed a skimmer device at the Exxon at Mopac and Duval last week. Police say the gas station did not know it was there. 3 credit card skimmers were also found at the pumps at a 7-Eleven in Elgin off Highway 290. If a credit card scanner looks like it's been tampered with, they say remove or move to another pump, pay inside, and make sure you call police. Happening today, an effort to restore one of Texas' historic landmarks. Back in March, someone vandalized the 1936 Pack Saddle Mountain, Texas Centennial marker. Before that, the Bronze Star had also been removed and the bronze wreath damaged. The marker commemorates a battle between a group of Llano County settlers and American Indians. Today, crews will begin the process to restore the landmark, and they plan to continue these efforts throughout the week.
After almost 150 years, the so-called greatest show on earth took its final bow last night. Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus held its final show at Nassau County Coliseum in New York. As you might expect, this show sold out. They did stream it live on Facebook as well. Earlier this year, the circus announced they were closing down due to declining attendance and battles with animal rights groups.
A little girl doing okay this morning after being attacked by a sea lion over the weekend. This happened Saturday in British Columbia. Witnesses say some people started feeding the animal breadcrumbs. And you can see in the video here, the sea lion pops up, heads towards the girl. She sits by the pier's edge, and in an instant, he shoots up, grabs her, and pulls her into the water. The sea lion disappears as a man plunges in to help her out. She walked away moments later, thank goodness. Experts say the sea lion presumably thought the dress was food. Officials say this serves as a good reminder not to feed the wild animals. That's why they have those signs posted.
Boy, that is scary.
Yeah.
Bit of sports news this morning. The Celtics finally found a way to beat LeBron and the Cavs in Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals last night. Boston rallied from a 21-point deficit to upend Cleveland for the first time in this series, 111-108 the final. Former Longhorn Avery Bradley was great down the stretch for the Celts. He finished with 20 points, including a huge three-pointer with time running out. Cleveland, though, still leads the series 2-1. Meantime, the Spurs will try and avoid being swept out of the postseason tonight. Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals back in San Antonio this evening. Golden State has a 3-0 lead in the series. With a win tonight, the Warriors are back in the finals for the third straight season. Looks like the Spurs will once again be without Kawhi Leonard. He's missed the last 2 games with that ankle injury. Game 4 starts tonight at 8 o'clock.
It's always fun to watch. Good basketball?
Good basketball, but it looks like the Spurs run might be over. Erica, are you sad about that?
So sad. Can you tell?
You look very sad.
She's smiling even though it's raining, though, so
Yeah.
that's good.
I got to bring some type of sunshine, right, to the forecast, because we don't have much sunshine in the forecast for about another couple of days. We're talking rain that continues, especially for your morning commute. Take a look at downtown right now. Live look outside. You can see the drops on the sky cam. We had a pretty decent cell pushed through our viewing area, and now just some light sprinkles hanging around downtown, but the heaviest amount of rain just to the north of downtown, making its way closer to Pflugerville, Manor. Actually, some rain right now also. 63 for ABIA, Camp Mabry 63. Here's what I'm talking about. We've had on and off spotty showers with moderate to heavy rainfall at times popping up, and this is going to be the trend all morning long. Now, the cell is weakening now just north of downtown, but making its way along 290. So Manor, you're seeing some moderate to heavy rainfall right now as we speak, and on the way to Pflugerville. One area that's been busy has been I-35, but now the heaviest rain is west of I-35 for Buda, Hayes City. That's pushing northward, and the northeastern counties have been busy also. So I'm talking your rain chances not only for today, but tomorrow. And I'll let you know when the sun will finally return in the forecast, in the full forecast. Guys, back to you.
Erica, thanks. We've all heard the saying, a dog is man's best friend.
But for an Austin pug who has had to overcome some physical obstacles, it turns out, as KVU's Jay Wallace shows us, this dog's best friend was a 7th grade girl.
I'll be right here beside you, don't you worry.
This past holiday season, Debbie Holman's daughter, a Barton Middle School teacher, wanted to add a temporary furry friend to the family.
My daughter called and asked if I would like to foster over the holidays so she wouldn't have to stay by herself.
So 7-year-old pug Polly entered the picture.
We clicked the first time we saw each other. We have this special bond right now.
But Polly had a problem.
When I got her, her back legs were weak.
Polly was diagnosed with degenerative disc disease, severely limiting the use of her hind legs.
She wants to be held, as you can see all the time.
But Holman didn't want to hold her the rest of this pup's life. She wanted to give her freedom, and she got some help making it happen from an unexpected place.
I just love animals.
7th grader Ella Rose heard about Polly from Holman's daughter.
I love, any way that I can help them, really.
And she knew where to start. Her Gateway to Technology class.
In design and modeling, the students get to create things from nothing.
So Ella Grace started with an idea.
Help her with her rear legs.
Working an hour every week for a semester, she built Polly a harness.
Right here, this harness kind of holds her in it.
And once complete, the harness held Polly, but she struggled to handle the change.
She's going out.
But with time...
Go, Polly! The first time she ran, she was smiling so much, and it made me really happy. It made me want to cry almost.
Pink harness and all, Polly is now walking.
Oh, yay! Yay! You made it!
And Holman still can't believe it.
It's awesome.
And while Holman says she initially told her daughter this pug would only be staying through these past holidays, she says Polly has grown on her entire family and that she will likely adopt her very soon. So just really cool and crazy to see what these kids are doing in middle school and able to make this harness for the pug. Really sweet.
It's unbelievable, really, the talent that is happening in our elementary schools. And a viewer sent us that video.
Yes.
That's how we learned about the story.
That's right. So
kids with big hearts and big brains, too, to go along with it. Way to go, Jay. Thanks. Still ahead here on Daybreak, the Memorial Day staple you may want to avoid before firing up the grill this year.
And 5 people in the hospital this morning after eating gas station food. What investigators say may have caused them to get so sick. Welcome back, everyone. The time now 6:45. Hope you had a good weekend. Here's a look at some of today's top stories.
North Korea says they are ready to deploy and start mass producing a new missile capable of reaching Japan and major U.S. military bases. This comes after a test launch of the missile over the weekend. Officials say the rocket flew east about 310 miles before landing in the sea. This is the 8th missile test since President Trump took office. The UN Security Council expected to meet tomorrow to discuss the latest tests.
Starting today, officers will hand out tickets to drivers who are not buckled up behind the wheel. It's part of the Click It or Ticket campaign enforcement for Central Texas. Officers will also ticket passengers who are not wearing seatbelts and parents who don't have children in the correct booster seats. Drivers who don't click it will face up to $200 in fines, up to $250 in fines if kids are not properly buckled in. The enforcement expected to end June 4th.
The Del Seaton Medical Center at the University of Texas is now open. This comes after UMC Brackenridge shut down over the weekend. At Del Seaton Medical Center, the rooms are a bit bigger, the technology more advanced, and they're bringing in surgeons from some of the best medical schools in the country. There's also a new major trauma center there. Developers say UMC may become a community of office buildings, apartments, and shops. If you're having a cookout this Memorial Day holiday weekend, be careful with which hot dogs you decide to grill. The United States Department of Agriculture recalling more than 100 tons of hot dogs. They could have metal objects in them. They include 14-ounce sealed packages of Nathan's skinless 8-count beef franks and 16-ounce sealed packages of Curtis Beefmaster beef franks. If you purchase these products, make sure and throw them out or return them for a refund. For more on the specific dates of the recall, you can log on to our consumer section at KVUE.com.
Okay, have you heard this little debate? It's been stirring in our newsroom for about a week now.
Yes.
Man rompers. Would you wear one?
Nope. Nope, there's nothing manly about a romper, if you ask me.
I don't know. Look at this.
Yeah, exactly. Reebok's trying to cash in on this new male romper trend with its own re-romper, it's called.
They call it the re-romp, I think.
Oh, the re-romp. Oh, excuse me. Instead of Reebok, I get it. It's a hood, cargo pants, and has that half-zip opening.
Well, at least
looks
they did
so
that
good
for you guys,
yeah,
right? The male
great.
romper craze apparently started with a Kickstarter campaign for Romp Him, a romper for men. The internet's a little divided on whether this is a good look. We superimposed a few faces on some of these rompers last week.
Is it divided, really? I mean, what guy, seriously, what guy would you want to see wearing that thing?
I don't know.
Erica, come on.
Hand a vote for everyone to
I'd like to see
Brian wear the romper.
Well, yeah, of course, it's to laugh at, but not to have any style at all.
I think you could make it cool, Brian.
I don't think I
could pull that hood over on a day like today with the rain. He'd be set, right?
That's true. It would be good in the rain, I guess.
It would, and we're going to need that. If you don't have the romper to protect yourself from the rain,
oh my!
Just don't forget your umbrella as you're heading out the door this morning. Looks like we're clearing out a little bit downtown, but we still have more rain in the forecast. It's just one storm that brought in some moderate rainfall about 30 minutes ago, now north of downtown, but still lots of clouds out there, and you're not quite done with the rain yet across downtown Austin. We're seeing scattered showers developing across the entire viewing area. Temperatures right now in the lower 60s. It's a cool and comfortable start to our day, as a matter of fact. Just keep in mind that a lot of cells are developing. The busiest has been for our eastern and central counties. Our north and eastern counties have been actually the busiest, but here's what's going on across Travis County right now. This is the one cell that continued to push to the north and the east, now has weekends and now affecting folks north of downtown, pushing to the north and the east. Manor, seeing some moderate rain pushing through your viewing area. Check out this cell, though. Elgin, you'll have a decent amount of rain shower activity on 290 momentarily. And then along I-35, you've kind of lucked out. The heaviest in the rain has actually been just to the west of you guys, so that's what we're seeing for your morning commute. And again, the north and eastern counties are busiest. Bryan, also Caldwell, seeing some moderate to possibly heavy pockets of rainfall activity as we speak. So we're calling it a 70% chance of showers for the first half of your day. And then the second half of the day, so lots of clouds. Don't expect sunshine today, but will decrease from a 20 to about a 40% chance of showers and storms possibly this afternoon. Here's what it looks like hour by hour on our forecast. Best chance is this morning for the heaviest activity, and then we'll clear out, but still lots of clouds in the forecast and spotty showers continuing. Tuesday, still talking some rain shower chances, not as much as today, but about a 40 to 50% chance. And then by Wednesday, that's when we'll clear out. A north wind pushing through as a cold front clears out all the moisture, brings us some much needed, much deserved sunshine in our forecast. When all is said and done, the next 48 hours, possibly close to an inch for Austin, but I think the heaviest amount of rain that we're going to see will be south of our viewing area, where wouldn't be surprised if some possible flooding concerns come into play later this afternoon. Mold in the medium category, grass in the low category. That's what we're expecting today for your allergy forecast. You can check out your latest counts every single day in the Statesman for an updated allergy count. So let's get through the next 48 hours, and sun is finally returning for the second half of the work week. That'll welcome in the weekend. And Enavid Reyes has the latest on traffic this morning. The roads are looking slippery and wet out there.
Slick indeed. Very difficult for commuters this morning, but just make sure to have those headlights on. Allow enough space between each cars as you're driving out on the roads. This is a live text view at I-35 at 51st Street. Definitely see some slick roads out there. Now, we will hit on a few accidents this morning. The first one is a Mopac northbound. This is a 3-vehicle crash. No injuries reported, thankfully, but 2 lanes are shut down in this area. Now, the second one is just up north. This is Mopac northbound at 71, also causing some blockage there. Now, if you're trying to grab I-35 northbound, there is a wreck on Stastny Lane westbound between Terry Road and Knuckles Crossing. So a lot of incidents this morning to talk about. Make sure you're driving safe out there, guys. Back to you.
Annavi, thank you for that. How about this? 10 people recovering in the hospital today because they ate bad nachos from a gas station in California. The victims claim it happened at a gas station just outside of Sacramento. Health experts say they're battling botulism, which can lead to food poisoning, paralysis, breathing difficulty, and sometimes even death. Officials believe they got it from bacteria in the nacho cheese sauce on the nachos. One of the people was hospitalized. A permit to sell food and drinks from that gas station has now been revoked while health officials investigate.
I want to take you back outside on this rainy Monday morning. Look at our Tower View cameras. We're going to tell you what you can expect throughout the day, straight ahead. Stay with us. You're watching Daybreak right here on KVUE.
Time is running out for state lawmakers to get their priority bills passed. Now they're one step closer to approving a version of the so-called bathroom bill. Details coming up. The Texas House of Representatives approved a new version of the so-called bathroom bill last night that would only apply to public schools. Now, proponents of the change say this version of the so-called bathroom bill will not have as much backlash because they say it won't affect the state's economy. Now, several organizations like the NFL and NBA have expressed concerns about statewide bathroom restrictions. Under the bill, transgender students at public schools would not be permitted to use the bathroom of their choice, but could use a separate single occupancy restroom if available. Now, while some say this is about child safety, others believe it's just discrimination. Now, the House should give the bill a final approval today. Then it will go back to the Senate for a vote before it would go on to the governor. Live at the Capitol, Christy Millward, KVUE News.
Well, a tough commute for a lot of people this morning, especially south of Austin. This is a live look at I-35 at 51st Street. Can definitely see those slick roads out there. Mopac southbound, 45 to downtown. Drive time is 19 minutes and 5 minutes, 22:22 to Cesar Chavez. Erica, how long is this rain expected to last in our area?
Well, expect the scattered showers to be heaviest for the first half of the day. This is what it looks like on radar across our viewing area. We're going to continue to stream it live on Facebook, so if you want to keep up with radar, you can look there. Or also, don't forget to download our KVUE app for the latest. Your 7 days, just a couple more days of rain. Then the sunshine returns finally by Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be, I think, the best day of the week. Nice. A dry air mass, sunny, temps in the lower 80s, something to look forward to. Let's just get through Monday and Tuesday.
Just in time for hump day.
And for the end of school for my kids. I know your kids have an extra week.
Got a little bit more. Terry, it's been great having you this morning.
Thanks for having me. I hope Yvonne got to sleep in. I know she had a good time last night.
We'll leave you with Yvonne singing at the concert last night.